trend. Existence, however, looking to secure themselves a finals berth, as that is the only left remaining option if they want a top 4 spot and a chance at E3.
Yeah, definitely. This is what they're fighting for. Week 5 is such a critical week. After this, you have one more week, week 6 in the Valor series. And look at that reset. Very nice reset on the red buff. They're wasting their time. And it allows Lindis to then get ahead on jungle rotation here, because Zephy's is not taking his red buff yet, and Jiki Lindis is going to get on his rotation, which allows them to now make a play off these buffs.
So now, as the game is well underway, we're not seeing any sort of super aggressive invades into the jungle. It's more an acquisition of vision. Both of these teams trying to figure out when they decide to want to go in. Redemption and Azure floating onto the top side of the map, trying to secure themselves a little bit of a minion steal, secure some of those neutral monsters. Now, Redemption's play has been stellar every step of the way on the Valor series thus far. Talk to me a little bit about Redemption and this Lindis pick that he's decided to acquire for himself.
Yeah, you can see there, Lindis is so good in jungle because of her clear speed. Every time Lindis comes out of the bush, she has that passive where she shoots 2 abilities off. And as a result, she's able to clear jungle pretty fast and rotate jungle really fast. You saw what he did. They knew that Lindis was ahead in rotation, and they invaded the jungle and stole that one jungle creep from the side of Existence, which then is going to put them slowly in the lead and give Lindis a level. She's level 4. Look, she's level 4, and Zephy's is not level 3 yet, and this means they can abuse that and try to make some plays off it.
And so now, Redemption and Azure again want to come onto the top side of the map. It's the basic rotation that we've seen many times in the Valor series thus far. 2 minutes timing for the Spirit Sentinel, trying to get themselves a little bit of acquisition. Not too sure who was able to end up picking that up, but now there's going to be a scuffle right around this Slayer pit. You're going to have multiple members go down. 3, mind you, in favor of Existence. Azure's going to fall by the bing snipe of 0 to hero. Flow goes down.
That was a huge play. Although the side of Vitality got the Spirit Sentinel, that was not worth 4 deaths.
Triple kill
crazy
into the hands of Tulin, as well as what it's going to look like a tower.
Yeah, they were on top of each other. Blue Triton had the Zephy's ultimate up. And then Tulin came in there, got so much value from his AoE damage, and just completely decimated the Vitality. I mean, L'Oreal couldn't withhold. The Enduro was not enough. They got these key kills, and as a result, now they're in a very nice lead, opening up mid tower.
Again, 3 kills into the hands of 0. You can already see he's building up towards that Orb of the Magi, already getting himself so far ahead, 1.9 to his opposing L'Oreal's 1.2, so 800 gold up. Going to hit that power spike a lot more, as well as Blue Triton securing himself a kill. So already, now we're starting to see Existence create a much better position. They weren't able to rotate down onto the Abyssal Dragon. They decided to prioritize that first tower instead, but all the while opening up a piece of the map.
Wow.
Though Vitality's going to get themselves a strike back to 3-man rotation. 2-man rotation up will be a 3v1. Juki will fall.
Yeah, that was an amazing rotation. Again, Omen is so good because his Death Embrace. It's a 5-second lockdown ultimate. You can't escape. So Max was locked down and they killed him instantly. So they got to be careful. This is exactly what Vitality is known for and does so well. They get these 3-man rotations, they get these ganks, and this is why Omen is so good, because he can just rush in there, cast Death Embrace on you, and boom, you're done. You cannot get out. Even if you're next to your tower, it's not going to be enough because you will get damaged and stuck in that circle, and you cannot survive against 3 versus 1.
And so you see the reactive tower coming out of Vitality. They pick themselves one up in the top lane, which is fantastic considering that you see lots of action on the earlier side towards this Abyssal Dragon. Meanwhile, we weren't able to cover it, but the Abyssal Dragon does fall in favor of Existence, so at least they get themselves a little bit of a recovery from the dive on the top side of the map. And so now, as things are reset, you're still seeing a 1,500 goal lead in favor of Existence, playing this early game to perfection, but they're going to have to continue to build on this advantage, because if the members of Vitality are able to reset these fights and reset this match, the scaling that they have at their disposal is going to be powerful.
Yeah, very nice rotation there by both sides. Vitality rotating putting pressure, making Malik waste his ultimate. Happy had to waste Malik's ultimate, so it's down for a while. And then the perfect rotation and respawn by X6 there, taking top tower, cutting the wave. That's exactly what they need to. And look at that. The Dark Dominion comes down, and the Chaos Protecting comes up to counter it.
X6tence doing everything he can, but your Mammoth Strength will not survive. He's going to end up falling. And so now you're going to see the fights come down onto the side of the turret. You're going to see the triple ultimate coming out of Happy, but he's going to find himself in a rough tower. However, he comes out alive. The Malik, too tanky. 4 members of Vitality have fallen, and X6tence finds themselves in quite a powerful position.
Yeah, Moon did such a good job there. He stayed with his ultimate, stood his ground, and was able to kill Zero and X6, and then also landed some secure kills. And Chognar did a good job of distracting enemy team. However, because of the clump up, X6 comes on top. Zephy's and Max just get so much value from all their AoE, and you can see why Max is such a great pick. He applies static shock to everyone with his bionic blender. You know, that little whirlwind attack that he does hits everyone with it. But they got to be careful when the fight's breaking out.
Yep, the Abyssal Dragon is doing damage. Blue Trident will end up picking that up, the second one in favor of X6tence, but X6tence will end up falling in the process. Redemption securing that kill for himself. Endure is going to come out of Zero. Is the blink going to be enough? Oh, the last auto attack, and boom, Moon is going to end up going ultimate, but Happy will join the fray and pick up the kill. 2 for 1. Flo and Juki will end up going, the Max will end up using that ultimate towards the bottom side of the map, right onto the Lindis. Is it going to be enough? Sudaro misses the stun.
Whoa.
Redemption will go down into the process. That's a misstep. We don't see that very often from Sudaro.
Yeah, this is what you see why Max is so good against ADC. He knew Lindis was low, and he flew across the map. And Omen, he didn't have his Death Embrace. Omen's Death Embrace, actually, if you cast it, you'll stop Max from flying physically to the location. But once your Death Embrace wears off after 5 seconds, then he'll continue to go to his target. And at least it'll buy time, though. That Death Embrace 5 seconds can buy time for Lindis to get to safety, but however, he did not have it up, and Max secures that kill.
Double knockup for Blue Triton, as well as Happy joining the fray. It's going to be a bounce party for X6tence and a bloodbath to follow as Blue Triton's able to pick up the kill onto Azure. X6tence, however, will fall yet again. Flo will try to get gunned down by Zero, but it's not going to be enough. Redemption doing a good job at kiting himself over the wall. Auto attack after auto attack. He's not going to be able to pick up the kill onto Happy.
Woo!
Moon will be able to pick that up instead. Juki's going to try to come onto the back line. The blink's going to come out of Moon. Juki will get stopped right in place. There's Sudaro and the stuns that we were looking for. Moon will end up falling, but it's a 2 for 3. The trades of plenty, but Vitality is okay with this.
Yeah, you can see that. You want to trade if you're behind, but you can see L'Oreal is starting to do a lot of work. Once she reaches her late game, she's going to do so much work against competition. You can see how much damage she did, how much she was bouncing around, jumping. Moon has 5 kills on L'Oreal, so they got to be careful. You can see why Max is so good. That true damage over time with that static shock was able to secure the kill onto the L'Oreal. But look at this gank. Very well played by the side of Vitality there.
Zero getting caught out and Vitality capitalizing perfectly as Abyssal Dragon will end up falling. The first of 3 going into Vitality's favor. We talked about how they needed to stop the bleeding. They're playing team fights much more securely. The team fighting strength has been the biggest X factor for Vitality in the first 4 weeks of play coming into week number 5. It's what's put them in number 2 in Europe, and as we can see, the result has been true.
Yeah, now because they took the dragon, they got the kill, they got the tower, they're back in the game, but look at that, Azure gets caught out, Mina is killed.
Happy secures that kill onto Azure, and so now, with them having up these little pieces of extra kills, it's going to allow X6tence to push down onto the turret. They've got a minion wave. Siege minion is going to be there to help them out. Moon's going to try to end up popping that blink to try to get themselves a little bit of extra stuff. Happy will try to end up popping himself that ultimate. The one tower shot's not going to be enough to kill, but Moon's going to try to blink in and get the extra head up. Blue Triton and Juki in the meanwhile are going to be on the backside. Moon caught himself way too far out in the Mox. Not going to end up working in their favor. 2 for 2 in favor of neither team as they're trying to get out with their life. Redemption picks up the kill onto Juki, but it's going to be Happy and Zero that help them out. 4 members fall. Almost a clean ace as Azure is just able to spawn at the last second.
Yeah, even though that was a 5v4, guys. Azure was picked out and killed, but you can see how much work Moon did. Moon actually made a mistake. He blinked down when Malik was almost dead. He needed to blink up, proc his true damage and killed Malik. But instead of blinking down and focusing on the max instead, that was a mistake that turned the tide in the favor of Existence. But you can see L'Oreal is doing so much work. You can see why the side of Existence is focusing Moon. Zephy's did such a good job. You know, Blue Triton went in there, landed the death from above, jumped onto L'Oreal, and then deleted her off the map, and that's what turned around the fight for him. But even in 4v5, X6 is struggling to win because of L'Oreal being able to counter their comp so hard in the late game.
6-1-7, 4-1-6, Blue Triton, Zephys, and Happy's Malik, respectively. The powers are great, but when you're not able to get down on the backline, bad things are going to happen. You're going to have X6tence that's going to fall yet again. However, Redemption and Sudaro will end up falling. But here is Moon, the bobbing, the weaving, the witch herself is coming in. She's going to end up picking herself up a double kill. Juki's going to try to get everything on the mark. It's not going to matter. That's going to be the triple kill. She's going to try to dive in onto Happy. He's going to end up using that ultimate. The quadra kill is going to come out.
God.
1 kill away. Bada bing, bada boom. That's going to be the mega kill coming out for Moon.
The penta kill, the mega kill coming out. Amazing. And like I called it, L'Oreal counters this comp so hard in the late game. X6tence needed to finish it and not allow L'Oreal to come back. But look at what Moon did. You can see the smite comes off after such a fast cooldown. It's on a 30-second cooldown, but with all the items and the blue buff, that 30 seconds become closer to that 15-second cooldown. And she casted her ultimate twice in that fight, just carrying so hard.
It was a 4v5, Sweet J. It was Moon understanding the limitations of his hero to absolute perfection. At the end of that fight, he's able to buy himself a Hecate's Diadem immediately off of that fight, securing the third item. Spike was only sitting at the Aegis in the Orb of the Magi prior. And so now, what seemed like Vitality tripping over their shoes ended up have been flying on the broomstick of this Halloween-themed L'Oreal, as now 12 minutes into the game, reset the fights have happened, a 1,800 gold advantage in favor of Team Vitality.
Yeah, this is what makes L'Oreal so good. This is the build, the meta build that we see in all regions there. And look at that. Azure casts Dark Dominion, Chaos Parade comes up, however, it's an uneven fight. And let's see how it's going to be turned around here.
Azure's going to do a great job of jumping over the fort. Happy will end up picking the kill onto Sudaro. Juki's going to be able to join the fray as well, but here comes Moon again. We've seen this one before. Deja Vu is in the mix. It's going to be blink after blink. He's going to try to get onto the mark. He doesn't have enough just yet. Doesn't have Endure left available. Will end up falling down. And so without the talent available, as well as very split team fights, all 5 members of Vitality will fall. That's going to be the clean ace. Blue Triton and Juki are going to try to do their best to take down this Dark Slayer, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to do it. Blue Triton will have to be very careful because Dark Slayer hurts, gentlemen.
Yeah, he needs to back off here, but then in that fight, Azure just went in too early. His team was not with him. He used Dark Dominion to taunt them, and it was such an interesting engage. The team was not in position. So, Mina, you need to play with your team. That was a really, really bad engage from side Vitality, and they got completely punished for that. And Moon, they need to fight around Moon. They cannot engage if Moon is in his ultimate. And because Moon's ultimate, the smite went down, it was gone, he could not carry and kill the Zephy. So they need to fight around Moon and engage together. Otherwise, Vitality is going to give this win over to X6tence.
Vitality and X6tence have gone at it for 13.5 minutes. The ultimate game of tug of war. Every time Vitality secures themselves a piece of strength to pull it in their favor, X6tence is able to recover and pull back with just as appropriate of a strength. 2,000 gold have bounced back and forth to the lead of both of these teams. That 2,000 now sitting in favor of X6tence, but as we've seen, that 2,000 is essentially near negligible, as any team fight could alter the outcome of this game.
Yeah, that's the key here. It's going to come down to how Azure is playing, because right now, Mina is going in there and just getting killed so quickly, and they have an ADC comp. There is no reason to engage. You have an ADC, they have to engage you. So Azure needs to back off and stop playing as if they're a dive comp, because you have Lindis, you have Ryoma, you have Laura, you can poke them, you can stun them, you can force them to dive you, and then let L'Oreal then cast Smite, and then fight on top of that ultimate because they committed to trying to kill the Lindis. That's exactly what, and he just used his Dark Dominion there. It is down. he just used Mina's Dark Domain, so he doesn't have the P1 protection now if they decide to dive on this Lindis or the L'Oreal.
They do have enough wave clear, however, to stop X6tence in their tracks and potentially deny a little bit of this pushing power. You can see X6tence kind of hopping between top lane, mid lane. You've got 3 members now on the bottom side of the map trying to figure out where are we going to poke at the defenses of this Vitality base. Vitality have not found themselves in this position too often. However, if there's any team in the entirety of the Valor Series Europe that have the ability to collect their resources, gather their senses, and build a more effective strategy moving forward, Vitality has the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, they definitely do. Look at an interesting build there by L'Oreal. I don't see Frosty's Revenge built that often in L'Oreal because her slow is pretty good, but this applies that extra 20% slow on top of that 50% slow that she gets from her passive Divine Punishment. So it's very interesting to see how this will work out because she wants to slow the enemy team constantly using Frosty's Revenge. And this is something that I like the build, and this is something that where, you know, Azure then needs to allow his team to poke and then force a dive, and then once Zephy's commits and he jumps in with Death from above, he doesn't have that big of an escape, so they need to then retaliate and counter-engage really hard to win.
16 minutes in the game, neither team have found themselves in too advantageous of a position. Your screen says 3.1 thousand gold in favor of X6tence, but as we both know, if you've been watching this game, that is not necessarily the case as much of an advantage as what you might think, as now the next set of waves are going to come down. The auto attacks is there. Another thing that you have to consider, you have 4 melee heroes for X6tence. Only 1 ranged. It's Zero, and Zero doesn't do a lot of damage to these towers. So they have to be very careful and synchronize these waves completely. That's where Vitality finds themselves at an advantage. They can clear the waves appropriately and make sure that every time X6tence wants to go in, they're going to have to dive in under that turret if they want to win. Yeah,
they definitely do. I would love to see Azure try to get these death sits and pull someone in and get the kill, because they have Omen. They can pull someone in, Cat's Death Embrace, lock him down, and just delete them underneath the L'Oreal Smite. So I'd love to see Vitality trying to do some combos here. Don't dive, pull in. You don't want to dive the comp that wants to dive you. You're going to make their job a lot easier. So positioning and strategy is going to be everything in this game right now.
Patient play coming out of X6tence, understanding that they don't want to push themselves out too much. You do have some very tanky members on their team. Juki, Happy, and X6tence all have enough tanky stats. However, they're going to have to be careful, and they know this. Diving onto these Vitality high ground turrets is not going to be their best bet by any means.
Yeah, I think what they can do here is they can pull the Chognar. Chognar is actually not tanky. Look at his build. Frosty Revenge, Tome of the Reaper, Phoenix Terror. He's extremely tanky. I would pull him in the Death Sit, force him to use Chaos Protection, and then trap him in Omen on. Chaos Protection does not
Happy's
get you
gonna
out
have to be careful. Oh no, he's gonna end up using the ultimate on the backline. It won't end up locking down anyone. Enough of the attacks, but more importantly, the synchronization of Vitality is gonna help themselves out. Redemption, in the meanwhile, will fall into the backline. A solid dive there. However, Blue Triton and Happy are on the gray screens. Juki will find them in a comparison. Not only that, but it's going to be the clean ace. So X6tence, they misstep. Happy jumped, but he's turned sad as 5 gray screens appear. The minions are in the mid lane, and with 40-second death timers, this could be the game.
This could be the game. They have a siege minion. They have enough damage. Omen is so good at taking towers because of his perk. He can take, every time he hits three hits, it procs that true damage, and look at how fast these towers are falling. What an unfortunate play. Malik missed his ult, did it wrong. They split up, the engage was not there together, and as a result of that one mistake, they're going to now give the game over to Vitality. Such a close and exciting match.
It was back and forth, but at 18 minutes and 50 seconds, Vitality is able to get the victory. V for Vitality, but V for victory in